Hello, welcome to this update. So let's see what's happening. We talked a little bit about the severe weather and stuff on the tropical update video. So let's see here what else is happening, like winter weather and stuff. So we have that big winter storm parts of New Mexico, Colorado. As you can see, the winter storm warnings most of northern central New Mexico, in parts of Colorado as well, even to Kansas, winter weather advisories, parts of Colorado, New Mexico, Nebraska, and Kansas, and shows some winter storm watches too near Oklahoma, Panhandle, Texas, and Colorado. So we have that heavy rain in the southeast with some flash flood uh, advisories there, and shows those wind warnings in Southern California, the wind advisories, and there are some particularly dangerous situation, red flag warnings there, some life-threatening fire danger possible near Los Angeles and Ventura counties. So please be careful there. Don't burn anything. Be careful with any active fires and stay safe. More red flag warnings further north into California, so some other things there, and even in parts of the northeast, so some red flag warnings. So be aware. Here in the map, you can see the heavy snow possible in Colorado, New Mexico, and more snow all the way north into Montana, and North Dakota, Wyoming, South Dakota, and Utah. The the critical fire and the flash flooding. So let's see, more rain and storms in the green. Day two, some severe weather, rain and flash flooding in the southeast and the plains. Still some heavy snow in New Mexico, Colorado, into like Oklahoma, Panhandle, southwest, and Kansas. And more snow there. Some rain in the northwest and the northeast, and Hurricane Rafael in the Gulf. And day three shows still some snow in Colorado and New Mexico, heavy snow possible, and some more heavy rain in the central plains there. So yeah, and alright, some mixed precipitation in the northwest, parts of the northeast, and the high plains, the Rockies. So be aware. Excessive rainfall, as I showed in the other video, a moderate risk parts of Georgia, South Carolina. So be careful there with some flooding because of that surge of moisture and heavy rain. A marginal and slight around the two, and a marginal in Louisiana, Mississippi. Day two shows two slides, one in the plains there, Texas, Oklahoma, and a marginal, and another in South Carolina and Georgia again, and a marginal around it. So be careful that heavy rain. A slight again, the central plains, and a marginal for day three, Friday. For Saturday, still a marginal south central US. Day 5, a marginal in the Gulf and in the northwest. So be aware. Precipitation today. This is day 2, Thursday through Friday. Today's Wednesday, but yeah, I don't know why they show it like that. But in the tropics video, I showed Wednesday here, but never mind. Just today until Friday shows like 5 inches in parts of between Georgia and South Carolina, and more than 3 inches, 4 inches near like central southern Georgia. So be careful in those areas, and the things in New Mexico, and the some rain in the plains. Day two for Friday to Saturday shows more there in Texas, Oklahoma, more storms there, close to 3 inches or even more, and some rain on the East Coast still. Day three for Saturday to Sunday, which would actually be day 4 because this is Wednesday, shows more there in the central US, and the Gulf for next Sunday, Monday, shows more there around central, going to the eastern US to that front in Washington and Oregon again. Day 5 next Monday and Tuesday, more on the east and heavy on the northwest. Next Wednesday, some more there. Next Thursday, some more in the northwest and the central US. So day 1 through 7 shows a lot in the southeast there. Be careful, shows more in the central plains, New Mexico and Texas and those areas, into Oklahoma and Kansas, Colorado, and really shows a lot of accumulation from all these 7 days in Washington and Oregon, especially Washington there, and even the coast of British Columbia. So be careful those Pacific cyclones. We'll show them a little bit further in the video. The snowfall probabilities does show those big probabilities today there in New Mexico and Colorado, and even some branching to Nebraska and Kansas. So be aware there. This is like already happening. Day 2 shows still some very high probabilities there. Be aware due to the heavier snow and everything. And day 3 for like Friday, usual sun, snow there. Saturday, mainly quiet, goes in the northwest more. Next Sunday, those systems in the northwest and heavy Washington. Next Monday, day 6, should get pretty busy across the northwest. And the next Tuesday, a little bit less, but still some. So be aware there. There, the high snowfall probabilities here shows a lot across New Mexico and Colorado, especially the higher elevations. Shows more there, like Thursday, tomorrow, with more higher probabilities. Friday, it's still like very early on Friday, late Thursday to Friday, shows like New Mexico, Oklahoma Panhandle, and Colorado, and even to Arizona, northern Texas. So be aware, late on Friday starts getting smaller, the area, but and on Saturday still shows some probabilities, and yeah, still some on Sunday, starting maybe in the northwest Saturday, but it'll be mainly on Sunday there. So be aware in those areas. And if you see down here, they have some key messages for the winter storm. So long duration, persistent low pressure developing near the Four Corners, merely drifts across New Mexico through Friday before lifting over the Great Plains on Saturday. Heavy snow at times through Friday. Ongoing snow, southern Colorado shifts to much of New Mexico terrain through tonight before expanding back into southern Colorado on Thursday, where persists through Friday. Heavy snowfall over 1 inch an hour is forecast on the Sangre de Cristo today, not just in southern high plains Thursday. So be aware, additional snowfall totals and travel impacts. So be careful. They have there close to like even 30 inches of snow in the very high elevations, to 24 to 30 inches. So be aware those areas. Be careful, and the link is in the description if you want to check too. You just go here like on National Weather Service, click on the winter storm warnings, and you can see better here like wind gusts, winter travel, snowfall amounts. So yeah, be aware. Storm prediction center, we do have that slight risk near the keys there because of Rafael with some tornado potential. So 5% tornadoes there. Be careful with storms and water spouts, they might pose the tornado threat. But day 2 is already a slight risk, Texas, yeah. But there's a margin also to southeastern New Mexico, so be aware. Tornado threat just 2% for Thursday. Wind threat 5%, but mainly hail 15%, so be aware. Severe thunderstorms possible parts of West Texas, Central Texas, the greatest threat being Thursday evening night across parts of West Texas. Large hail, isolated severe wind gusts, and tornado or two are all possible. So be careful there, some other storms in other areas. Day 3 still a marginal across Texas, maybe still a severe storm or two. Isolated severe thunderstorms possible for early evening Friday across parts South Central North Texas. So be careful there. And now here, uh, let's see, we have those extremely critical fire weather conditions parts of Southern California, especially Los Angeles, northern Los Angeles County, and Ventura County, some areas. So there's the critical all the way to San Diego, and the elevated in much of southwestern California, another elevated further north there. So please be careful, that critical. This is, so let's say, extremely critical fire weather area of portions of Ventura and Los Angeles counties. So current observation shows strong offshore flow across terrain favoring areas surrounding Los Angeles metropolitan area, sustained winds of 30 plus mile per hour winds, and gusts well exceeding 60 mile per hour amid relative humidity near 15% in the Ventura Valley region. This condition should persist for much of the afternoon, necessitating the maintenance for extremely critical highlights. Observations, high terrain areas around Los Angeles towards Laguna Mountains shows solidity critical conditions ongoing with 20 plus mile per hour sustained winds and gusts exceeding 45 miles per hour coinciding with 20 to 15 relative humidity. These conditions should continue until the end of the period. Finally, guidance consensus show elevated conditions across Northern California Valley region, where the on-slope flow developed 15 to 20 miles per hour sustained northern winds and 15 to 20 relative humidity. So be careful in those areas. And yeah, let's just see if they have some more important information here maybe. So they have extremely life-threatening fire behavior. Southern California, damaging winds, widespread down trees and power outages. Use extreme caution with any potential ignition sources that could start large fires. So stay alert on the forecast and follow the instructions for emergency officials. So they have gale warnings in the sea. There even a freeze watch a little bit further north. The wind warnings and everything and air quality alert. So be careful. Uh, Driving those strong winds. Get ready with fire warnings. So be careful too. And yeah, so stay safe. Let's see what they forecast for the winds here. So like the show the 24 max winds until Thursday afternoon tomorrow. Let's see if it goes. So the show a little bit higher near some mountains on New Mexico, Colorado, the northern plains, and more across the southwest, especially there in those areas. Those very light browns there in the valleys shows close to 70 mile per hour gusts, 60, 70, even 50. So be careful in those areas, those high gusts. And the fire danger, and also a little bit stronger winds near New Hampshire, Maine, from time to time. So be aware. And then the 48-hour snowfall until Friday from a mix of models, their forecast. Let's see. They do have the snow there, very heavy. Those northern mountains of New Mexico, southern Colorado, many areas of Colorado there. So be careful. And those yellowish areas there are like close to 36 inches, or even like 30 to 36 inches, or even more. So be careful with the snow, like the cold, visibility, and everything. So beware now. The temperatures are very cold still, but before that, let's maybe see what they have for like winter storm severity index. So they do have many areas of extreme there in Colorado and New Mexico, even branching to the Oklahoma Panhandle. This is day 1 through 3. Many areas of major winter storm severity, and all the way down in New Mexico. So be aware of those areas. Day 1 for Tuesday, for Wednesday today, nothing that crazy, but some snow occurring, right? Day 2 Thursday, more major and some extreme, and Friday shows still some extreme there. So be careful. This mainly for snowfall amount shows those extremes there for the amount of snow. Snow load should also show some extremes on snow load. So be careful there. The ice accumulation, not really. Maybe have a small tiny thing or two. Yeah, flash freeze, not really. Maybe some mountains of Utah or Arizona, blowing snow shows some potential for blowing snow there, including the Northwest is kind of quiet, but we have more next week. And ground blizzard, not really. So be careful in those areas, stay safe. Let's see here. Extreme impacts. Expect substantial disruptions to daily life. Extreme dangers or impossible driving conditions. Travels not advised. Extensive widespread closures, disruptions to infrastructure may occur. Life-saving actions. So major impacts. So be careful there. And yeah, day 1, day 2, you can see a little bit better here, especially like Friday and Thursday. So stay safe. Now here, maybe here temperature. So the show today, this is the high temperatures today, Wednesday, are already showing very cold during the day even, and so like some warmer temperatures in the southeast, even some 70s in the northeast. So yeah, those are above average temperatures. uh, Wednesday night until Thursday, like especially 4 or 5 a.m on Thursday morning, shows those very cold temperatures in the west there, those 20s and those teens, and even some single digits in Colorado, northern Utah, Wyoming, 9 Fahrenheit, and those are especially in central Colorado there. If you're checking a little bit closer, let's see, does show like 4 Fahrenheit, 1 Fahrenheit, 7, 6 Fahrenheit. So very, very cold in those areas. Be aware. And this is today, Wednesday to Thursday, but now the next night, Thursday to Friday morning, let's just see here closer up as well. So it doesn't show that much of a cold, like Thursday to Friday morning. It shows some 10, 12, 8 Fahrenheit still, but nothing that crazy. But Thursday during the day, tomorrow, does show still some 20s and things in those mountains, but generally less cold during the day. And some 50s in the plains, 60s, and yeah, so be aware for all areas here. For like Thursday, tomorrow, the maximum shows like in the south still some 80s and some 60s to 50s in the northeast, and still like some 70s in parts of Southern California, some forest not areas. So be aware. And the minimum temperatures, like I showed you there, the Thursday to Friday, does show like those cold temperatures there extending all the way north to like some 30s in the Dakotas, Minnesota, the Northwest, pretty cold except right near the coast, and on the mountains very cold all the way to southern Arizona, New Mexico, West Texas even, and northern New England, some colder temperatures to some 30s. So be aware. Now, uh, Friday during the day does show some colder temperatures there still in the mountains, but all the way to some mid to high 80s in Florida and in other areas like southern Texas, but some 70s further north, yeah. And now this is, yeah, so let's see. So this is Friday night to Saturday. So still those colder temperatures in the northeast, Great Lakes in some areas. Some 30s there in the northeast. Shows those cold temperatures in the west, going all the way down to western Texas, 20s, 30s, especially in the Wyoming, very cold there. So beware. Saturday during the day does show those days in the south still, some 40s and 50s in other areas. Northeast is still kind of coldish in the mountains. Now Saturday night to Sunday morning does show uh, here like some 20s in New England, some 30s, some 20s again in Colorado, some teens near like New Mexico, Colorado, and more cold across the mountains of the west. This is already Sunday, so we'll start to have the system in Washington and Oregon again, and those areas. So let's see what will happen. Still kind of cold Sunday during the day in those areas, the northwest, but still some higher 70s and 80s in the south. But Sunday night to Monday shows here, let's see, shows still mainly the Rockies, those colder temperatures, Colorado, Wyoming, and the Cascades, and some areas of the mountains. But northern New England still a bit cold. Monday during the day, let's see. So here, does show still warmer in the south and some colder in the mountains of the northwest during the day. But Monday night into next Tuesday, does show uh, much colder parts of the north, especially still again in Colorado, the northernmost plains there, the areas, is still colder like Nevada, California, those areas, some 20s, 30s, especially some things in the mountains, some 20s. And next Tuesday afternoon does show still some warmer temperatures in the south, some 50 in the northeast, and very cold still in the mountains. So be aware in those areas. Now, maybe let's see the GFS maybe for Sunday. Here, let's see if it loads. So this is the temperature, and mind that there's like uh, the wind chill as well. They might be colder than the temperatures. For example, the European has it, I think. So like this is temperature. Not sure if there's it, if they have it here, but like wind chill and heating. This is so. Let's see. This is today. Does show like those very cold wind chills, because the wind chills might be colder than the actual temperature that I showed you there. So be aware. And yeah, let's see. And this is probably tomorrow during the day. So now let's see if there's the GFS again or something. here. So maybe here in upper air for, let's see if something appears here for like the systems later. Maybe expanding this to like North America. So here, let's see if it loads. So does show that low pressure, the snowstorm, the four corners there, and the jet in Canada there. This like tomorrow or something. So here, let's see later. Still that, so this will be like tomorrow Thursday, but further down the road, like Sunday for example, it does have that amplified jet there near Alaska going to the northwest, but like a little bit later into like Monday or Tuesday does show that trough digging down there, and probably bringing the next storm systems there on the west coast. So be aware. But now let's look at maybe some actual models. So now there's still some rain in parts of Alaska, British Columbia, some snow in those areas. Thursday the 7th shows more there still in British Columbia and Alaska. More snow throughout those many inland areas in the mountains. Later Thursday shows there. Still Friday, some more heavy rain near southern British Columbia. So be aware there because the totals keep piling up. And the does show like in eastern Canada, some snow drizzles in Quebec, like today, Thursday, especially to Friday in northern Ontario. Some rain and snow in Quebec late on Friday there, even early on Friday. It shows like a snow drizzle or two in New Hampshire or northern New York on Saturday, and to Newfoundland there, those areas. And just you can see those severe storms there, they're expected, or just like heavy rain, flash flooding. So let's see, this Thursday, Saturday shows more rain, northern Washington, southern British Columbia on Saturday. But then Sunday we have that bigger low pressure near Alaska there, shows more snow already on Sunday there, and this goes there, shows in the coast in the mountains of British Columbia on Monday. This is around Washington and Oregon on Monday. Shows that this goes there a little bit heavier, like Washington, Oregon, Northern California, on later on Monday, or early on Monday. And shows more there snow British Columbia, Northern Washington, parts of Alberta, and even another city in Ontario there, and Manitoba, because showing is in crossing Canada, like Sunday, some more in central Canada, into eastern Canada there, and a front by Newfoundland, Nova Scotia on the 12th. So yeah, it has more like Tuesday, another system for central Canada, the snow in the northwestern US, and some storms still, and shows more stuff on the Pacific there, like the 14th, and even more systems later. So be aware there. But this is just one model. This forecast will change many times still, so it might be completely different. But be aware, this is the GFS, shows a tiny bit different, shows alright today and Thursday the snow and rain parts of southern Alaska, British Columbia, some snow in Yukon, Northwestern Territories, and those drizzles in Quebec and Ontario. Shows that the storms in the west and the snow there. This goes maybe Sunday the 10th, that system like some snow in Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Alberta into northern Ontario, and goes into Quebec, front in Newfoundland on the 12th too. So the very similar setup. The snow in the northwestern US next Tuesday, Wednesday, central Canada, some snow too. Show the big front on the 14th there, more snow and stuff. So be aware those areas, and keep monitoring for like the updates in the forecast. So let's see here. The snowfall accumulation from the GFS until Monday, the 11th, shows in New Mexico, there in Colorado, shows more snow in Newfoundland, shows like 50 centimeters in some areas. If you're checking closer, like 68 centimeters, so it's forecasting some snow there. The northern New Brunswick, a part or two of northern Maine, shows more there throughout Quebec, scattered snowfall, even central southern Ontario, but not northern Ontario there, northern Manitoba, and Saskatchewan, Alberta, shows a lot in the mountains of British Columbia there, close to 108 centimeters, 140 centimeters. So be aware there, just like in New Mexico, be careful the driving conditions and stuff. and the general like visibility and snowfall shows more scattered across like until Monday, Northern California and Oregon, some in Washington and Idaho, and shows like southern Alaska a lot there. This will be more than 60 inches or something, so beware southern Alaska in some areas, and more for the Aleutian Islands. So now the European model has like that system for like central Canada as well, and some snow in central northern Quebec, some in like parts of New Hampshire, northern Maine, and shows a little bit in New Brunswick and some, and northern Nova Scotia shows some, but mainly Newfoundland also showing more snow like in Newfoundland there. And let's see, showing across the west, British Columbia a lot in the mountains, Alaska and those areas, also some to northern California and Idaho and Oregon. So be aware. Now maybe the icon for like a different idea does show that system there, but more like central Ontario, northern Ontario, more across Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and in parts of Alberta, especially British Columbia. The snow there shows the snow in Colorado, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Northern California, some a tiny bit in Oregon, Washington, and in Idaho. So beware, southern Alaska very heavy there in the mountains. Snow trees are to northern western Alaska. So be aware, and yeah, now maybe a little bit more important, the rain accumulation, the European. So from all these systems until Monday, it does have more than 200 millimeters there along the coast. This will be rain and snow because there are a bunch of mountains there, but right on the coast where there's mostly rain, be careful like some periods of heavy rain, a flood or two, and more in those areas there. So shows more rain in those areas, the south central US, the storm systems. Be careful. More in parts of Atlantic Canada, some and some other areas. So be aware. If you check here, like in inches, the European does have 4 inches per parts of Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina has 5 inches, Georgia has like 3 inches, although the forecast is 5 inches. The official forecast shows more in Oklahoma, Texas, close to 7 inches until Monday. The GFS has a similar thing as well. Let's see if it loads because yeah, it has more Georgia, South Carolina, parts of the plains there. So be aware. And the GFS has even bigger amounts on the coast there, like 9 inches. The parts of southern British Columbia, close to like 200 millimeters, and more there 100 millimeters in those areas. Be careful with rain, especially in the island, because the snow is mostly in the mountains. So be aware in those areas. Now, wind gusts, we are having some stronger wind gusts to parts of British Columbia and Alberta with that system there. And yeah, this goes. The GFS is across in central Canada as well, with some higher gusts in Alberta, Saskatchewan to Manitoba and Ontario. It shows like the higher gusts Friday, maybe northern Wisconsin and Michigan, a little bit higher winds, not that high, but a little bit. It shows some slightly windier conditions spreading to the northeast later on Friday, and the front in Newfoundland there. Especially Sunday shows very strong winds in Newfoundland, close to more than 84 km per gusts, and even momentarily stronger. The GFS is all the way to 107 km per gust there on like Sunday. So we'll check the European soon. Shows more systems on the Pacific there. Maybe some gusty winds parts of the mountains, Nevada, Wyoming, some areas next Tuesday. This goes there, so more strong winds will cold front to the plains on the 13th, and another system trying to approach the coast there. It does show this bigger system like central Canada to the north central US on November 14th, so we'll have to watch that too. So be aware. The European model does have the stronger winds right in Alberta, British Columbia, like 78 to 80 km per gust in the mountains, stronger in the coast there. It does have this system entering British Columbia, some areas very high, especially in the mountains. Be careful, shows more across eastern mountains of British Columbia, more there, so be careful. British Columbia, southern Alaska, be aware there. Industrial is going across there. But some strong winds in Quebec, parts of Quebec and Ontario, but especially like northern New York and Vermont, some stronger gusts on Friday. So this like some 447 mile per gust by the European, New Hampshire, and some others Friday. This goes there. Maybe some uh, rougher conditions on the waters there, but still some strong winds. New Hampshire and Maine, and across Nova Scotia, some higher gusts. But then Sunday you start to pick up across Newfoundland, so does show close to some 89 to 106 kilometer per gust. Those are like Sunday morning into Sunday afternoon. The show might pick up a little bit even more, but be aware. Newfoundland, St. Peter, Miquelon, and those areas. So yeah, stay safe. Be aware of these coming systems and everything. Also in the Aleutian Islands and other areas. And yeah, let me just show you the her because I talked about the storms, but I didn't show the model. So does show today those heavier storms in Georgia, South Carolina, even so be aware Thursday still some heavy rain there and kind of dissipates on Friday. And does show the snow in New Mexico, Colorado, and the storms building like tomorrow afternoon and night in parts of Texas, some storms in Oklahoma Friday, and the system keeps going there. So be careful, be aware. Does show like Thursday tomorrow some Cape in Texas, but nothing that crazy, especially like Western Texas later on Friday too. So yeah, be aware tomorrow, and yeah, in the herd that does have those stronger gusts parts of California, also the mountains of Utah, and yeah, so be aware later like Friday some little bit higher winds into Texas. So stay safe.